Hello there, welcome to Twin TV and the Greenock Morton weekly update is sponsored by McTears, the auctioneers. It gives me great pleasure to use the expression we're a few weeks into the season after 7 months when we didn't have any competitive fixtures at all. We've had a couple of Betfred Cup games, we've had a couple of Championship games. I thought maybe it was time we sat down with one of the manager's trusted lieutenants in the back room, his assistant manager, Anton McElhone. Anton, how good is it to be back playing competitive football again?
Fantastic. We've missed it. Listen, this is what we live for every day. This is why we're in football. You know, it's not for the money. It's not for we love being out on the pitch. We love being out with the players, and that. So it's been a long time coming, but really good to be back. Really good.
Now, to be fair, you're one of these guys in the background. A lot of people are always asking, what your role is in particular. I've seen you out on the training ground. I know exactly what you're bringing to the club. But would you like to elaborate a wee bit more?
Yeah, listen, my role is obviously the assistant manager. To assist the manager in everything he does. To obviously he's the tactical brains. He's the guy that brings the philosophy to the club. My aim is to make sure the general work is done, whether it's fitness, medical, analysis. That's where I'll support them on, because we don't obviously have the staff. It comes in the general form of training, warm up, the possessions, the finishing, the general tactical stuff is where I'll assist the manager. He's the man with the game plan. It's how we do it, and we work as a team. Myself, Dave Timmins, John Joyce, we work to support and actually carry that process over.
Now, we've had 4 games. The manager made it very clear to us that the Betfred Cup games was really about him getting his side together for the big kick-off against Alloa. And I put it to him that he's spoiled for choice. Would you agree with that now?
Absolutely. Listen, it's not that we weren't spoiled for choice last year. We had guys coming in, Calvin Orsies and Cammy Sekels, young lads coming in, and it took them a little bit to get going. Whereas this year they don't have that problem. These guys are all ready to go. You've got the Brian McLeans, the Jims, the Midges. You've got a squad, half of them were here last year. They've already done a year and a bit with the manager, so everybody knows now. So competition is really rife, but it's a positive one because they're all young players. You know what I mean? We'll get 2 to a possession pretty much. So no, it's really good. Hopefully we can get a goalkeeper in as well, and that then finishes that. As far as we're aware, what we need is a squad, to balance it out. But it's a talented squad. It's a hard working squad, and they're fully buying into everything the manager does, I think, as you can see from what's been so far this season.
You mentioned balance. There is a balance because we've got experienced boys like Brian, Midge and Jim out there, but there's also that mix of the younger players as well, who all look up to the boys.
Yep.
But you've got that balance, haven't you? They lead out on the park, but
Absolutely.
They also lead in the dressing room.
I think if you watch the games on the stream, you can hear the Brian McLeans, you hear the Jim McAllisters, you hear Midge if he's sitting on the bench, you hear everybody's in it together, so it's a fantastic thing. And even the young guys, I think the thing is as well, the young guys, even the Lewis Strap, he's played a season at Annan, he's played a full league campaign. These other young kids that have been elsewhere, they've played games. Gary Oliver's still young, but he's played loads of games. So it's a real nice balance of experienced young players. Like even the Josh McPeak's coming in. He's been at Dundee last year. A really big club, and he's came to us. So they've all got a little bit. So it's really positive.
Narrow win against Alloa, although I thought the boys played really, really well. Boys played really well last weekend as well, but a narrow defeat.
Absolutely. Listen, last year we could have scored 4 and maybe lost 2 goals. I think the work that the manager, Timo, that they've done in the training pitch to tighten the team up as well has been magnificent. The players that they've brought in, no nonsense characters, like Marcus, he's 26, but he's played at USL in America, some really good experience. So no, I think it's looking good. It's looking good, and I think it will only get better because what you've got to look at is as well, we didn't play lots of games over pre-season. You look at Hearts, you maybe look at some of the other teams, they've maybe played 12, 13 games. We've played 1 or 2 friendlies, we've played the League Cup matches. So for where we are, I think fantastic. Really, and I think from the game on Saturday at Dundee, we should have got something out of it. We should have got a point. You get Aidan Nesbitt's chance, Robbie Muirhead, Marcus has had a few headers for set play, so it's real big opportunity, and I think it will come. Listen, Dundee, the money they're spending to what we're spending at the club, I think we're competing well.
Ayr United on Saturday.
Yep.
Here at Capello. What's your thoughts ahead of the game?
It's going to be a tough game. Listen, all the games last year were really tough and competitive. The opening day season, 4-2 when we played down there, we maybe weren't at our best, but we got back in the game. Second game here, we were unlucky. We lost a goal by one of the players who's now at the club, and then obviously we went down there early part of 2020 and won, which is a great result. So I think it's going to be a tight game. They're a new they've got some new players as well as some of the players they've kept, but again you've got guys like Jack Beard who are down there which we know well. So again, these are things that, listen, we're going to every game positive, thinking we can get something, but it's going to be tough. Listen, every team in this league is tough to play against, but we'll be organised and we'll be ready to play them.
Yeah, because the division, isn't it, that every team can beat every other team.
Absolutely. You know? Listen, and I think that everybody can. I think obviously the financial budgets of everybody is slightly different, but we in that side put that aside and we compete over and above. You know, like we're punching at times above our weight, but I think that's down to the recruitment, how the manager gets characters and people who are here for the right reasons, and they go and work their socks. Listen, it's a fantastic group. They come in, they work hard, and that's why we're always in it. You know, like we don't. It's not just we go out there. Listen, you can see the weather. It's kind of wintry. It's rain, wind. But our style, we'll continue to play throughout the year. You know, we're not going to change this and change that. We've got to win games. First and foremost, go and win games. And the manager, he keeps winning the curve. It's as good as anybody's in this division, you know. So
yeah, the weather. I mean, welcome to Greenock, Anton.
Oh,
if you not noticed that
exactly,
last year,
exactly. Nah, listen, obviously we had 6 months off. Weather was half decent for the 6 months, but it's. I think we're in a real strong position to compete. You know, the rest will take care of itself, but clean sheets, getting goals, that's the aim of the game.
Can I ask you, without obviously showing your hand here, have you got a full squad to pick from?
Yep, full squad to pick from where we were last week. So exact same, nothing changes, everybody's fit, healthy. So it's positive.
What are the aspirations for the season then?
Aspirations, to win as many games as you can. Listen, it's the most important thing, I think. Always it's to win games, go and win games, and if you win enough games, you get success. I think that there'll be targets set within the manager's head, the club's head, player's head, but again, you keep that within yourself and you keep one game at a time. Because you don't even know what's going to happen with COVID and so on. Listen,
sure.
We had aspirations. Could we have got to the playoffs last season? It was close, we could have, but the season ended. So this year it's one game at a time. Take it one game at a time, because obviously the things that are going on health-wise, you don't know what squad you could have in a month's time if something was to happen, like a St Mirren. So it's one game at a time purely.
Well, listen, you're a busy guy on a day like this. I know you've got a lot of work to do at the training ground, so thanks for coming in and sharing this.
First class. Cheers. Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on the Greenock Morton Weekly Update, as sponsored by McTears, the auctioneers. Make sure you're here for the live stream on Saturday for the game against Ayr United.